Hello there and welcome to a bonus Saturday helping of the Totally Football Show. Recently, James Horncastle of The Athletic and our Totally Football Show European edition headed over to Milan to speak to Milan and England defender Fikayo Tomori. Here is what they said.
I'm James Horncastle from The Athletic and welcome to Milan. I'm here to see one of the locals, not Franco Baresi, not Paolo Maldini, but someone who knows this city very well, has lived here for 5 years, so let's go check it out. Fikayo, how are you? You well?
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you as well. Thank you for doing this.
No worries.
Thanks for welcoming us to your neighborhood.
Thank you very much. It's a nice little scenic place, isn't it?
It is. My only concern is it's right next to Inter's offices.
Yeah, we try not to look over that side, but no, it's a nice little spot.
What do you like about living in Milan?
It's just a very easy city. Like London, coming from London, everything's very 100 miles an hour, very fast, and there's always traffic and noise. But here it's a lot quieter.
Yeah.
The pace of life is a lot slower.
So you like that? La
Yeah,
vita
I like
lenta.
it. Yeah. Exactly.
You got friends outside of football here?
Do you know what? I think my friends are my teammates because we see each other so much, and training's so intense, and there's always training and games and retiro, so.
So retiro is when you often go to Milanello the night before a game.
Yeah.
Or if you're playing away, you're in the team hotel the night before. You like that? Some players don't like it. It takes them away from their families.
Yeah, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But in all honesty, I'm here by myself most of the time. So if I have to stay in a hotel, it doesn't really matter. I'll kind of do the same thing I'll do at home. But I've got people that if I need to go to a restaurant, I can call them and stuff like that. So very much at home here. All the same.
In terms of going out around Milan, you talked about you can call people up to go to restaurants. I mean, again, a lot of people don't realise that Milan you can have really good sushi and something. But if you're going for Italian food, what are you doing?
Do you know what I've noticed here is there isn't a restaurant that I've gone here that isn't good. And I think because Italians value food so much, if it's not good, it won't last very long. Yeah. So when I first got here, actually, there was a place that I used to live in the same building as Alexis Salamakas. Okay. And obviously he spoke English, so yeah. So because he spoke English, him and I just kind of had a connection immediately, and he took me to a place called Lo Zenzero. Okay. Which is it's quite close to the stadium, and that is really authentic Italian food, really really good. So I think if I want like a carbonara or something, I'm going there for sure. Yeah.
Also, the food at Milanello is very good now.
Top, very good, very good. Different to the way how it was in England. In England, it's kind of like a buffet style. Yeah. But then here, I the first day I arrived, and they said, "Oh, what do you want to eat?" I said, "Oh, what is there to eat?" I said, "Okay, the menu's here." I said, "Okay, I'll have this, and this," and then they bring it out to you fresh. So, and there's obviously the food is high quality. So, it was a nice culture shock. Let's say.
I mean, Milanello. When you walk in there, you just really feel the history, don't you? I mean, I know that Premier League, there are a lot of modern training grounds, but Milanello, in terms of walking into that old clubhouse, there's nothing like it, is there? Yeah,
because I'd never actually seen it, obviously, before I transferred here. So that was the first thing you hit with. You're just seeing pictures of like all the Champions League nights. You see Maldini, you see Baresi, you see Shevchenko, Kaká, you see all these legends. Now I'm here doing the same thing. So that was definitely something I enjoyed.
But I mean, you talk about those photos. You got kind of red walls and these black picture frames. I imagine you're now in some of those pictures, no?
Yeah. Especially the 2002 Scudetto. Our pictures there, and as the season goes on, we have our different pictures from moments throughout the season. But we have our Scudetto picture on there, and the Supercoppa pictures there. So. Hopefully you can, I'm sure the Scudetto and the Supercoppa will stay there for many years to come.
You've been here for 5 years now.
Yeah.
When you signed that contract with Milan, did you expect to be here as long as you have been?
Honestly, no. Obviously, when I first came, I signed on loan. So, with a loan, you never really know what's going to happen. And it came to about March time, and Paolo Maldini said, "Oh, do you want to stay?" So yeah, I'd like to stay. And then from there, I kind of had a switch in my mind. Okay, even though I hadn't properly officially signed, but I was kind of already in my head, I'm going to stay here. And then you never know football. Maybe one year you're in, and then the next year you're out. But after 5 years, I'm still kind of I'm still here. I'm very comfortable, very happy, and a good season thus far this season. So hopefully the 5th year can be capped off with a nice present at the end.
I mean, you mentioned Paolo Maldini. You said it quite nonchalantly.
Yeah.
Paolo Maldini calls and says, "Do you want to stay?" I mean, what was it like for a player in your position to interact with someone like Paolo to begin with, but then on a very frequent basis?
Yeah. I mean, at first, because it was around COVID time, so we spoke on Zoom, and I was just at the time I didn't really process it because I was there with my agent, and we spoke on the phone, and the first thing I was surprised that he was speaking English. I was like, oh,
Good English.
Yeah, really good English. So I was like, oh, he speaks English. So then we spoke a little bit, hung up the phone, and I kind of thought, I just spoke to Paolo Maldini. it was a strange one, but it was a surreal kind of moment. Like, oh, I used to watch him on TV. I've heard so many stories about him. Obviously seen him play. And Milan legend, he's like, yeah, like we want to sign you for Milan. I had to think about it a bit, but then coming here and seeing him on a day-to-day basis, literally every single day, you see how, first of all, he has like definitely a presence, an aura about him when he's walking around, because he is Milan. And even when he said, oh, well done for this, it stays with you a little bit more because it's him. So really, really top person as well.
Yeah. I mean, you've done it all here, really. You've mentioned won the league, Super Cup. You played in a cup final last year. You've been in a Champions League semi-final, which is a Milan derby.
Yeah.
What are the moments you cherish most in your time here?
I mean, the first time I came, the San Siro was empty, like I said, because of COVID. So, but even seeing it empty, it still felt so grand and so big. When I signed, I thought, okay, I'm actually going to see the San Siro when it's full capacity, everything like that. And I remember the first game we played at home, I think it was Cagliari, and the stadium was full, and I just thought, oh, this is what, like, I used to play FIFA when I was younger, and we used to choose the San Siro to play. Yeah. Like, because you could choose a stadium to play. You could play, I don't know, it would be Man United, Arsenal, but you could choose to play in the San Siro. Yeah. And we used to do that a lot. I used to do that a lot with my cousins, and I was thinking, wow, like this is the San Siro. And then I think another moment was when, because in London you can go around and maybe one or two people ask for pictures, but because London's so big and there's so many people, you can kind of get away with, you can go outside for lunch or dinner or whatever, and maybe not many people bother you. But here, because Milan is smaller and they are so passionate about passionate about football, you go outside, and I went to the centre one time with my friends, and it was, oh, Tomori, picture. And I was, oh, what's going on? I never experienced that before. And again, after the Scudetto, when we had to do the parade, and it was supposed to be, I think, 2 hours or something like that. And we ended up staying on the bus for about 5 hours because there were so many people on the streets. And we got to the Duomo, and the only time I'd ever seen the Duomo, it would just been obviously people with tourists and taking pictures. But we got there, and the Duomo was just full. Like, you couldn't see the floor. It was just people and fireworks and noise and music. And it was, I think those moments, I guess, away from the pitch, where I'm kind of like, whoa, this is a real institution of football. This is real, passion and love. So in England, for example, the Curva Sud, it's not a thing in England, but in Italy it is. Having just these ultra passionate fans who just sing for 90 minutes, or they're not even 90 minutes. They're there before we were out for warming up, and they're there after the game, and it's just, they are so passionate, and they're so ready to support the team and push us on every single game. And I think even that in itself is another nuanced thing about it that just makes it so special. And when I have people come for the derby, because everyone wants to come for the derby.
How many tickets get requested from you?
I think the last one, I used 15 to 20, something like that. So there's a lot of people, there's a lot of demand. But people say, I've heard about the Milan derby, I've seen it on TV, but actually being in the stadium is a totally different experience.
I mean, what's it like on those days leading up to the derby?
It is different. It is very different. The first derby I played, again, it was COVID, but the fans came to the training ground. Doesn't happen in England. The fans came to the training ground and they're waving flags and they've got banners and everything, and immediately that happens, you think, okay, this is a different game.
Yeah.
This is a different game. This is a different sort of derby.
Yeah, because people have these stereotypes about intensity, don't they? And in England, they usually think of intensity as being very aerobic, athletic, up and down, up and down. Spain, intensity is maybe technical. Here, they talk about it as being tactical. Actually, it's probably mental, no?
Yeah, mental.
What you've just described there, the information you have to process, because I think a lot of people still think of Serie A as being very tactical. But that pressure you feel in those stadiums, on those occasions, it is unlike anywhere, I would say in Europe. You might get it in Argentina.
Yeah.
But do you think that is where the intensity is in Italian football?
Yeah, 100%. I think, like you said, in England, intensity is very much, we've got to be at them. We've got to run harder than them, everything like that. And here it's mental. Not only mental, like you said, in terms of preparation for the game and dealing with the outside pressures of the fans or the expectation or whatever it is, but they value so much here being concentrated and locked into the game for 90 minutes. And it seems easier than you think it is, but it's a lot harder to actually be in the game for 90 minutes, because here there are a lot of things where teams are waiting for that moment where one person out of the 11 switches off, and then they strike. No, there is so much information. Oh, when he goes here, you need to be here. But then if he goes there, then you need to be here. But if your teammate's there, you can stay there because he's going to cover. But then if he doesn't cover, you have to run anyway. All that detail. Information and detail. Yeah, it is something you have to get used to. And again, I didn't speak Italian, so having to, if you come here, you don't speak the language, and you have to process that while you're trying to focus on your game, communicate on the pitch. Everything is just intense.
Yeah. Because you've got a very international dressing room, but they want you to speak Italian. I think it was always it was a priority for people like Paolo Maldini that in the dressing room you speak Italian.
Yeah.
If you look at the coaches who've won the Premier League the most, the most coaches who've done it have come from Italy. What is it about Italian coaching that you think is different from, let's say, the other coach? Obviously, you've had a couple of Portuguese coaches here, but generally, how would you describe the Italian way of coaching?
Detailed. Detailed is probably the word. Even at Chelsea, my first pre-season, it was with Conte.
Easy.
Very much the opposite, but it's very intense, and they know exactly what they want to the letter, and all the staff know exactly what the coach wants. So his staff are also like, it needs to be like this. You need to be here. You need to play the ball here. The ball needs to arrive there. When the ball's there, you need to be there. It's too far. You have to get there. You have to make it. You have to do it. They really do drill it into you, not even on the pitch, but in meetings. They've got their interactive whiteboard and they're writing, circling here, pointing arrows there, and there's everything. If someone come into the dressing room often, they're thinking, what is going on? What are they trying to do here?
Makes no sense.
Yeah, it's a different type of running, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So like I said, in the Premier League, I would say there's more space in terms of, okay, if the ball goes between lines, it doesn't matter, because then we'll just have to run and get it. Yeah. But in it, they're like, no, why do we have to run after when we can prevent it happening before? Every single Italian coach I've had as well, they've always said they don't want the game to be like basketball. Yeah. So they don't want it to be like, you attack, we attack, you attack, we attack, because at that point, anyone can win.
Chaos.
It's chaos. Yeah. Anyone can win. They can score a goal, and then we might not score a goal on that attack. Or we might score a goal, but then they might score a goal, and then it just becomes, 1-1, 2-2, 3-4. But for Italians, it's more like, if you can score a goal, at that point, we've got the 3 points. Yeah. We're winning. Yeah. So why do we need to risk the game when we can take the 3 points home with us, and we can let them come and beat us rather than making the game an open basketball game? So I think that was a myth. It's definitely not unintense. Intense. I'm not even sure what the opposite of it is, but it's
lacking intensity.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that. I'm not sure if the stats are available, but if you see the stats of the running that we do, it's very, very, very high. We've played against Premier League teams in the Champions League, and obviously the Premier League is a very high level, but we've beaten Premier League teams, we've lost to Premier League teams, and it's not like we've lost to them because we've been overrun or because we're lacking intensity. Maybe because the other team was better than us. Yeah. And sometimes that happens in football.
Okay, in all your time here, who's the player that has challenged you the most? Opposing player?
There are a few. Dybala.
Yeah? Why?
Because he plays in the spaces that you don't want to go into.
Okay.
He plays in the spaces that he knows that you don't want to go into. So he knows, if I receive the ball here, I can turn and go straight at you. But he knows if you go into that space, you're either going to free up his teammate, or if the ball comes to him, he's going to play the ball and he's going to be gone. So I'd say him, Lautaro, again, because his movement is so good.
Good in the air as well.
Yeah, good in the air, deceptively so, because he's not the tallest, but his timing is good, and he will give you a bump before to give himself that advantage.
Osimhen, when Osimhen was here, or?
Yeah, Osimhen is just relentless. Like, he does not stop running for 90 minutes. Did not stop running. Osimhen, let me think of one more. Ademola Lookman.
Yeah?
Yeah.
For similar reasons to Dybala?
Yeah. But Ademola is very, Dybala is he's more thinking about, okay, I know you can't come here. Ademola knows if you come there, he's really, really sharp. And also maybe because I know him, but I always find it difficult to play against him because he's always on the move, and he's always going short to go long, long to go short, and he's just always moving. So I'd say Ademola for sure. Yeah.
So you were pleased he didn't go to Inter in the summer?
Oh yeah. Very much so. I spoke to him about it actually when he stayed. I said, if you went to Inter, we wouldn't have been friends anymore.
Yeah. What about your teammates? Like, in your 5 years, who's been the player that's maybe surprised you the most?
Rafa Leao.
Yeah?
He has everything. I was really surprised. He's fast, he's strong, he can dribble the ball, he can shoot, he can head, he can actually do everything. And I was surprised to how, it was almost like he didn't know how good he was. I think because everything just became so natural, it's so natural to him. It's just, he came out of the womb, and this is just how he knew how to play football.
Yeah.
So he just didn't know how he could use what he had, and then everyone saw it in when the year one Scudetto, how almost like he realized, oh, I can do this. I can do this. And yeah, it was he's definitely one. Another one, maybe less surprising, but it was more like, oh, I had to see it to believe it, was Zlatan.
Yeah?
Yeah, because
What did you see?
just raw power and skill, and he was really mentally challenging for everyone. Like, he really demanded the best out of everyone and himself. But he was very like, when I'm here, pass me the ball here so I can do this. If you don't pass me the ball there, what's the point? Kind of thing.
Yeah.
I mean, when I came, I think he was 39 maybe, but he was...
After an ACL.
Yeah, it was crazy, but I mean, the ball would get put in the air and he would just hold you there and just take it on his chest, and like, he would maybe flick it or like do something. Just, how's he done that? Yeah, he was... I'd say Zlatan and Rafa were the two that when I came, I thought, oh, okay.
Zlatan looks in good shape at the moment. Do you think he'd still back himself to...
I mean, I wouldn't bet against him. I think if you put a challenge to him in that sort of regard, he would definitely rise to it.
I mean, when he joined that January, do you think he kind of helped raise standards?
Yeah, I think so. I think when I first came, I think he'd been here already maybe a year and a half or something like that. So when I came, I mean, I was 23, but there were a lot of players younger than me. So we had Salamakers and Tonali, Brahim Diaz, Teo was my age, kind of inexperienced, that kind of experiencing a big club for the first time. A lot of young players who were kind of experiencing new things, and having someone like Zlatan who's been there, seen it all, can basically be a manager on the pitch.
Coaching on the pitch?
Yeah, I mean, coaching in a different way, in Zlatan's way.
Okay.
In Zlatan's way, but in terms of, having, it was for him, it's not an excuse if you're young. You're here because we need you here.
Yeah.
And because we believe you have a quality to be here, so you have to show it. So you can't misplace that pass. You can't miss that shot. You can't miss that cross because you're here. And what you're doing affects me, and what we're doing affects Milan. So that was kind of his thing. So I think that having him around raised the levels in training, and he also made people realize that there is a level to get to achieve things, because he's achieved so much. So again, for us young players who had actually seen him do things, and now you're playing with him, you can't really argue with him if he says, "Oh, put the ball here because I need it here."
Yeah.
You think, well, Can't really argue with it. I put the ball there.
What's it like playing in front of Mike Maignan?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, he had big gloves to fill,
Yeah.
replacing Donnarumma.
Yeah.
And what's it like being a centre-back with that guy behind you?
He's, in a way, kind of like Zlatan.
Okay.
Maybe less in your face with it.
Mm.
Not to say in your face is bad, but he's very particular.
Okay.
In a good way, and in terms of like, he's like, this is how things should be.
Mm.
So why are they not like this kind of thing?
Right.
Always talking, demanding the highest standards, and obviously, you know, he's saved us so many times this season because he's a top goalkeeper, a leader. You know, I think just the way he is just, he brings so much confidence to everyone.
And Christian, yeah, another former Chelsea player.
Yeah.
I mean, Christian, his kind of goals per minutes ratio this year has been unbelievable going into a World Cup year.
Yeah.
I mean, what's special about Christian?
Yeah, Paulie is just, I think people underestimate him. I think that's what it is. I think people don't realise how fast he is. They don't realise how sharp he is, how good he is with the ball, how intelligent he is. And I think you only realise it when he scored a goal against you.
Fik, there's a World Cup coming up. I mean, how much would you like to be there?
Very much so. Obviously, I haven't done it yet. I've had the feeling that I've been close, but just haven't done whatever it is I need to do to get there. I haven't done it yet, so I'm focused on trying to do the best I can, play as much as I can, play at the best level I can, and then we'll see what happens.
And has the coach been in touch, Thomas Tuchel?
Yeah, we spoke a few months ago, and again he kind of said what I said, you know, that I'm close, and you know, there's not a lot in it, just to keep going, and you know, it's in football life, anything can happen.
I mean, this has been one of your best seasons now. I mean, with Mr. Allegri, I wouldn't say the defensive phase has a more importance than the attacking phase, but certainly he is someone who really values sort of clean sheets. Yeah, I mean, you're having a hell of a season, huh?
Yeah, we're doing really well. I think the Mister, one of the first meetings he took when he came here, he kind of put up the statistics. He said, okay, the last 3 seasons, we scored, I don't know, 80-something goals. Yeah. That is Champions League champions statistics. However, we have conceded 40-something goals. That is for 6th place, or maybe on a good year 4th place.
Okay.
And he said that is not to say the defenders are bad and the defenders aren't doing their job and the goalkeeper's not doing the job, but it's just to say the whole team needs to have that mentality that we cannot concede this many goals, because if we don't concede that many goals, we will be at the top of the table. And especially with the players we have up front, keeping clean sheets is going to win us games, or we won't lose games. And he's been very demanding in that we are compact as a team, and that it's not just the goalkeeper who has to save the ball. It's not just the defenders who have to defend. It's not just the midfielders who have to track runners. It's not just the attackers who have to press. Everyone has their job, and everyone needs to do it together as a team. And especially in the big games this season, I'm not sure if you can see the goal from open play in terms of against Inter or Roma. You know, all these teams I don't think we have. So, you know, you can see that, you know, we are building, we are getting better.
What's it like having him on the sideline?
He is, I'm not sure if everyone's seen the videos, but yeah, he is very animated. He's very involved in the game. But again, I think that just comes from because he knows exactly what he wants. He knows exactly what he wants from the team, and, you know, where someone should be at a specific time. So when someone's not there, it's frustrating for him because he's like, this is where you need to be, kind of thing. And also, not only just a top manager, but he's a really top guy, and very keeps the environment positive, which is, I think, something that's underrated in management. You know, keeping the environment and keeping players happy. You know, managing the changing room. I think, especially in this day and age where you know, there are so many good players. But yeah, he's been top, and I think you can see, like I said, in the results that we've been having this season.
Well, best of luck for the rest of the season with Milan.
Thank you.
Hope to see you in the US for the World Cup.
Hopefully so.
Many thanks to Fikayo and James for that excellent chat. James has also written a piece on that interview, which you can read, of course, on theathletic.com. And he'll be back with us in next Tuesday's European edition of the Totally Football Show. Our next Totally Show, though, will be before that on Sunday night, when we'll be getting together here in the studio to react to all the weekend's action. Hopefully you'll be joining us again soon. For now, from all of us here, it's goodbye. The Totally Football Show podcast is available 3 times a week, bringing you all the football news you could reasonably be expected to care about. We've got views, we've got stats, we've got analysis, we've got some of the best football writers around, and the whole thing is absolutely free. So have a listen on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or all the usual places by clicking on the link below.